This is the Scorpio March 2016 general as well as love and partnership reading. We're going to start with your love and partnership reading. First card that comes up says keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Two scenarios here. If you generally date someone and it's a certain type of person that you're generally attracted to and you're looking for somebody new, keep this in mind because who is going to appear may not be your usual type. They may be different. In fact, they may actually have already appeared in your midst and you've glanced over them because they're not your usual type, so you don't feel that instant attraction that you usually would. What this card is suggesting is there's someone in your midst, probably already, that is right for you, that has soulmate potential, so keep a lookout for them. If you're in a permanent partnership or relationship or a long-term one, this card is telling you to keep an open mind. The next card tells that as well. About the fact that the person that you're with, you may be thinking doesn't measure up to a lot of your expectations, but they're perfect for you. Their point and part in your life is to be who they are, and they are teaching you the lessons and expanding you and evolving you. So they're doing what is perfect for you. So keep that in mind. As the next card says, because the next card says keep, or getting to know each other, should I say. It says as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So when you keep this open mind and you get to know one another, if you now just met someone and it's a new partnership or relationship, you're going to discover things about them which you may not have seen at a superficial glance or because they didn't come in the packaging you're usually interested in. And this getting to know each other is going to reveal things to you that are possibly amazing, possibly aha moments, possibly you think, I could actually genuinely be attracted to this person. If you're in a permanent relationship or partnership, one often thinks, well, you've been with this person for long enough, you know everything about them. That's not true. You don't stay the same, neither does your partner. And because they've been around for a while, you've gotten to the point where you stop investigating, stop asking, stop being curious about them because, well, you know everything about them, don't you? It's not true. You don't. So make the time and the effort to pay attention to your partner. Treat them as if you've just met them, in fact. Ask them those kind of questions. Get to know what they're thinking and feeling because you're going to discover something new and different. It's for certain. Now, the final card says release your ex. I think this is more for people that have moved on now and they're looking for a new partnership or relationship. And part of the advice or guidance here from the universe is you need to release that energy. It's time to clear your energy. What this is about is emotionally and energetically, you need to move the old energy out so that there's space for the new energy, the energy of the new person to move in. There isn't room for it at the moment, so it won't happen. It says you need to consciously decide to let go of the past. Then it's done. You may need to do it several times. Whenever memories crop up or feelings crop up, do that. Go through that exercise again. Consciously decide this is over, it's done with, and it will be done again. Then the guidance that comes up says your relationships and partnerships are undergoing a fundamental change at the moment. This is possibly why you need to get to know your partner again. Or if you're going into a new partnership or relationship, things have changed, so you need to change who it is you look at and the way you go about it. But I think more along the lines of who it is you look at, who you're attracted to. You need to change that because some big changes have happened within you, so you need to follow suit with your relationships. Then the next card that comes up says there will be victory, there will be success, there will be sunshine. This is a warm, lovely card. So if you go in that direction of someone slightly different or keep an open mind and meet new people, get to know them, you're going to be in for some really, really nice experiences. The final card says true love. So if you're in a permanent partnership or relationship, not only should you be looking at that again, the fact that there is and was true love, but to remember that it is love, this relationship or partnership. No matter if it's platonic love or romantic love, it is love. That is why the two of you are together. And it may not have all the bells and whistles, and it may not have all the decorations, and it may not meet up to all your expectations, but at the end of the day, it is love. And those of you going for new partnerships and relationships, there is true love waiting for you, providing you keep an open mind and you get to know the person. Right, so that is your love and partnership reading. Now we're moving on to your general forecast. I've done a different forecast for this month because so many people are complaining or feel like they are stuck in a rut. This reading explains how to get out of being stuck in a rut. And because there are 2 eclipses in March, this is the perfect opportunity to launch yourself out of this rut. The first card explains, why are you stuck in this rut? This card says you're overthinking things and you're allowing yourself to get distracted. It says do what you really want to do and do what you really know that you need to do. Or if this is not your soul path, if this is not what your heart really wants, then have a look at doing something else. But don't overthink it and don't distract yourself. Don't find things to keep yourself busy so that you're not dealing with what you really need to be dealing with here. The next card that comes up says the next step to take. And this is the soulmate card, right? So what this means is that you need to collaborate with others, right? You need to work with other people. There are many people that are now going to come into your life that will join you on this journey ahead. So they're soulmates on a different level. They're soulmates in a working way, in a collaboration way, in a partner way. But they're there for you to join you on the journey, and together you create a greater, more powerful energy than you do separately. So that's your next step to take, to be open to collaboration with other people. And it says you will have harmonic collaboration. This doesn't mean you give over to other people. This means you collaborate with them. That means it's equal give and take between people. It's not always easy because often we have our own minds of how we'd like things done. And we sort of end up doing 2 things. We either give over too much or we become too pedantic about what we want. It's about finding the middle path, and that middle path has immense power to it in this collaboration. Then the next card describes what you need to let go of. It says don't dwell on that which has not gone according to plan, and don't focus on the negative. Focus on the positive. So don't focus on what's gone wrong and what's not going right. Put your focus on what is working, because that's what you need to work on. Dwelling on what's not working, well, that's a pretty pointless exercise. And it says if you dwell on the positive, if you focus and work on the positive, that silver lining is the thread that you need to follow. If you're dwelling on the negative, you're not seeing that thread, so you're not going to be following it. Right. And then it says that you need to also not worry about what has happened in the past, okay? Because that's almost a form of self-sabotage. It's almost as if you are stopping yourself from moving forward, yeah, maybe because there is fear involved. Because the next card says what else to let go of. And this is that you need to strengthen your resolve and not to give up, okay? It says protect what you have created. So just don't just hand it over and think, well, fine, let's just see what happens to it, or I don't care, or I'm tired of fighting. You do need to protect what you've created, okay? It says have courage and faith in your abilities. Accept assistance where that was a bit of a tongue twister. Accept assistance where it comes in. And be open to what other people say, but not necessarily give over to what they say. So this is really a give and take situation that is arising here. Now what you need to focus on is to align yourself with what your heart and soul really wants to do, and then take action. It says find your center, balance yourself, and know then that you are on the path to mastery. So the end result of this is mastery. Might not seem like that right now, but it will be. Eclipses generally have a 6-month sort of cause and effect span. So I would say within 6 months you are going to be seeing very solid manifestation of that mastery. So be patient. It's not going to be that long. You will be seeing it. Now the outcome says you need to rewrite your story. So no matter what's happened in the past and what fears you are now using to scare yourself with, it's time to rewrite the story. So now you write a happier story. Now you think along more positive, constructive, forward-thinking terms, and that becomes your reality. If you tell yourself you can't, and oh, it's going to go the same way it always did, and oh, people are going to do this and people are going to do that, and look at the global state, yada, 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 that's what you will have. That's the story you're writing for yourself. That's what you're going to act out. This eclipse, especially the one of 8th March, has huge forward momentum, and it's a supermoon eclipse. It can really launch you forward. So be careful. I don't want to say careful. Let's say be mindful of the energy that you are thinking at the moment, because that is the story you are creating. That's what you're going to launch forward for at least 6 months ahead. Create a constructive, great, masterful story and go ahead with that into the future. Now your guidance, the first card that comes up is that of Gaia, or nurturing. It says receive with grace. It is as much a sacred act to receive gracefully as to give unconditionally. Keep that in mind. It says nurture yourself too. This includes your mind. Do not feed your mind junk. You know what junk is. It's negative stuff. It's gossip. It's all this random nonsense that gets spread around as propaganda nowadays, or it's just negative feedback. That's junk. You're feeding your mind junk. You don't feed your body junk if you're conscious of what you eat and you want to live healthy and be happy. So don't feed your mind that junk either. The next card that comes up says it's time for purification. So this is a continuation of that. So all that junk that you fed yourself up to now, all those past negative stories, all the trauma and the drama and I can't do it and it's going to go badly, write it on a piece of paper, take that piece of paper and burn it or wash it. Get rid of that shored up junk that we all have. Every single one of us has that. But it's time to rid yourself of it. You detox your mind the same way you do your body every now and then. It's a really good idea. Now the next card is the Clouds or Shape-Shifting card. This card speaks about not only an inward change but an outward change. So in order to move forward, you need to shift more than just inwardly. You need to shift outwardly too. What this card actually suggests is wear slightly different clothes, get a different haircut, change your hair color, go to a different hairdresser. It's this little bit of morphing yourself into something slightly different. This always works two ways. If you change the outer shell, the inner does follow suit. If you change the inner, the outer follows suit. Wherever you make the change, you will see life will start shifting and you'll start attracting different energies into your life, most definitely. Now your soul path, the card that comes up, is that of the Waxwing. And the Waxwing says, present your joy to others. So you need to, well, nowadays if you sit down in conversation, a lot of the time it's the woes, it's the stuff that's going on in the world. I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about. But for once, present to the world, tell people your enthusiasm, your joy, your fun. This card is suggesting you share your joy, you show your joy to others. And be your true self. So instead of joining in with whatever all that stuff is that people are feeding each other. Be true to yourself. Tell other people your real things, the things you love, the things that interest you, the things you see. Share that with people and present that to people. It says share the good life. And for each of you, you'll know what that is. Because the final card says, this card, let me explain it first. This card shows all the different religions. And what it represents by the blindfolded man is when we are presented with set structures and we blindly accept them, we tend to sometimes fall into dogma. And he's just used religion as an example here, but it's in all walks of life. It's professions you belong to, it's groups you belong to, it's little cliques you belong to. People say things, it becomes dogma, we believe it without questioning it. Be mindful of this too. In your own mind, it's not necessary to question the people that feed you this information. In fact, I wouldn't suggest it. But in your own mind, think, now hang on a moment, is that actually true? Why am I believing it? Where is this coming from? Question it. Just question it each time somebody says something about a group, about people, about life, about anything. Question it quietly to yourself before you blindly accept it. Because you are feeding yourself structures which may be, one, making you generally unhappy, two, possibly quite untrue, and three, they're structuring your life with dogma, with viewpoints and ideas that necessarily have no grounding in reality, or no grounding in your reality. They don't suit you. You need to build up your own belief structure. You take bits and pieces from everywhere, and you find things that really, really resonate with you, that you feel in your heart and soul is right. And here's the key. The thing that makes your heart and soul feel warm, that makes it feel just a bit fuzzy, that's right. Okay, so this is your general as well as your love and partnership reading for March of 2016. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching and listening.